And when it comes to Trump, we know that the opinion polls always understate his popularity, but the polls are nevertheless turning, and even CNN is forced to acknowledge that unhappy news. Unhappy for them.
I think it's time for a bit of a reality check, right? We were going to late April. Donald Trump's approval rating, his net approval seemed to be falling. He seemed to be adios amigos. People were writing his political obituary. He is rising from the dead. Look at this. Hello, Trump's net approval rating among voters. This is the Reuters Ipsos polling. Look at this. In late April, he was 8 points underwater. But look at where he was in the most recent poll among voters. He's up 7 points.
Let's bring in Sky News contributor Kosha Gada. Kosha, it's not just the Ipsos poll, as CNN noted in that segment. His approval rating is up across numerous polls, and you can kind of see why with the Middle East trip and some of these trade deals that are being struck.
He just is this ball of energy, and he doesn't stop. He's just getting one thing done after the other after what seems like 8 years or 4 years under Biden of just like nothing getting done. So just the contrast in there. His policy positions are very popular. They've always been popular. His personality is something that was always polarizing, and that shows through in these poll numbers. But now even that gap seems to be closing, where the people who loved him still love him. And a lot of people who didn't love him, I think, do respect him, even if they don't admit it anymore, whether it's the assassination attempts or just the way he's approaching this role. All of that, I think, just coalesces into these poll numbers. They won't last forever, but he is certainly riding high.
Now to James Comey, who has gone on MSNBC to defend himself after he was questioned over what was seen as a threat to President Donald Trump. He posted this image saying 86-47. He claims he had no idea what those numbers meant.
You were back in the middle of a political firestorm.
Yeah, for walking on the beach with my wife. So I don't know how we ended up here. It never occurred to me that it was any kind of controversial thing, but that's the time we live in.
Kosha, really. I mean, he's claiming here that 86-47 is just a clever way to express a political viewpoint, and he didn't know of the violent meaning behind the number 86. Explain to my audience why that post caused such concern.
So 47, obviously Trump's the 47th president, and 86 in American slang, it can mean something milder like canceling an order at a diner, to something much more sinister, like ordering a hit.
Well, certainly in recent times, it's been to kill.
For sure. And
get rid of is the softer version, but...
Yes. And the point is, it's not so much the code. Like, I don't even think people are alleging that he's issuing some secret command off X. It is that you are the former FBI director.
Yeah.
So your position carries weight, your words carry weight, your tweets and X posts carry weight. And to just casually throw that thing out there, even if he was doing it to be funny, which I don't think people think of him as somebody who'd be doing comedy on there, but even if he were doing that, it's just irresponsible, and that's why it created this whole firestorm. And also, it's a new day where the Trump administration wants to be on offense and go after these kinds of innuendos and insinuations from the other side in a way that maybe they would not have last time.
It's just an incredible thing for a former FBI director to do, particularly against a president who's already had 2 assassination attempts, and we always know there's threats against his life. Just astonishing work there.